we did a newsletter in our internet site, announced the last award we received. I'm very proud and thank you very much, because for the second consecutive year we received an award, and we maintained the first position among the European travel bureau. So Italian Golf Tourist Board became again #1 in Europe. I'm very pleased and very proud, because it's very important. The travel industry allow us to give more effort to promote Italy and obviously sell Italy. That's your business. Okay, tonight we have the Weekend in Italy. This is a very important organization, and I would like to read something, because you have the brochure, and just to underline this. Since 1996, Weekend in Italy has offered online reservation services in Italy, including tickets to museums, tours, excursion, guide, visits, and more. That's very important, because tonight we try to give more activity, more business to this organization. Serious, very professional, and for my side, it's very, very well stated, because they work with the internet site. It is very easy, it's easy to reach the reservation in the Italian museum, but not only in Florence and Rome. They work in Florence, Rome, Florence and Tuscany, Rome, Venice, Milano, Naples, Napoli, Torino, and Sicily. Yeah, that's a huge activity in all different regions and the most important and prominent cities in Italy. So please allow me to say very welcome to the President and CEO, Alessandro Nardi, President and CEO of the Weekend.
Thank you, Riccardo. Thank you very much for your presence and being here, even if it's a rainy day and so on. We will try to save our time and your time. I will try to be very synthetic and practical in order to let you time for question and answers. Riccardo told the basics. We started, and let me welcome also Mr. Richard Cross, who is the person working here in New York City that will help you for every further question and hopefully agreement. And at the console, Giorgio is there and he's helping to let everything work. And just a few minutes or seconds to describe what we do and who we are. Our story starts very at the beginning of the web, because the idea was at the end of '94, and we started on at the end of November '95. And being a pioneer of the web, we had some occasions, some choices to be seen and to testify our experience. There were no case history, and we grew up by opportunities. At the beginning, we didn't know what we will do tomorrow or in a couple of years, but we felt that this new system was a way to run business. And we have now a lot of great partners. Our formula is not to sell, but to help others to sell. And so, for instance, now we partner with Trenitalia, ACI, Touring Club, and so on. Please. Now, after 15, 16 years, we have 550 online tourist services from all over Italy, and we serve several 100,000 customers a year. We provide not only the final customer, but also several thousands of travel agents all over the world, in some ways that we will see in a minute. And we cooperate also directly with many cultural institutions in Italy. You know that in Italy, it's not like here where there are money and technology and so on. There there is a lot of culture, but they are not so sensitive about approach or customer services and so on. And our offer has one characteristic which is very well appreciated. It's free, and it's a good beginning. And so we cooperate with many structures in Italy. We will see some examples later. And now it's much easier to book some museums or palaces, thanks to us, to our solution. We are not a tourist superstore. It means that our offer is increasing every day, every week probably, but we always take care of the quality of the providers. The reason is very old. When we started and we had no money to make advertising and so on, I found it very, the formula of a conversational item. What I dreamed was that somebody playing golf back in Arkansas said, I visited Uffizi, and his friend said, I visited too, but I made no queue. I made the queue. Then, but I also visited the home of Michelangelo Buonarroti. And the other said, I didn't know that Michelangelo's Buonarroti home exists. And it's a kind of advertising free for us. And we continue to offer the best. We know that we can offer something cheaper, or we are the biggest in Italy to do this kind of business, and so we have great scale economy. Okay, economy of scale, yeah. And okay, and so we can have local providers which are not the cheapest, but in our opinion have the best quality. I'm very sorry for my English, but that's what we have. It's free. It's free. It's free. The payable edition is by Richard, maybe. But we have to pay him. And so we are very proud to put ourselves as a personal concierge. We are quite well rooted in Italy, and now, due of our dimension, the institutions offer themselves to us. For instance, everybody knows the Last Supper in Milan. Hard to find, a very small room, quite expensive, long queues, and so on. Being probably the greatest customer to buy Last Supper tickets from the foundation which manages everything, we are probably the ones that offer not only the Last Supper room, but also the closest, which is the Sacrestia di Bramante, which was open 2 months ago. And they didn't open for us, but they invited us to the opening, and it's a very nice place to see, and it was closed until 2 months ago. For instance, in Colosseum, now it's open the underground of the platea of the Colosseum and the third corridor up to the roof. And it's very, very nice to see. I visited it 2 months ago, and it's very at the beginning of the offer, and we are selling it quite successfully. And now we have these 7 areas, as Riccardo described before, and we are quite paranoid about the matter that tourism is a matter of promises. You get real money before, and you give a piece of paper, and the promises is maintained somewhere else by somebody else. That's the trick. And mainly if our voucher is bought by a travel agent, we are perfectly conscious that it's not our face in trouble if something goes wrong, but it's the face of the travel agents who bought from us and resold to somebody else.